Well, given that this is our annual Thanksgiving service, I looked at this passage with the lens of Thanksgiving. Showing my ignorance this week in Bible study, I made the comment that, of course, David had a lot to be thankful for. He was a well revered king. Unbeknownst to me, it is very possible that the passage was written before David had risen to the level of greatness he is often known for today. In a sense, this makes him more relatable to people like me. So here we have a man, arguably with an average endowment of blessings. I could be wrong again, I'm not a David expert. Yet he finds so much to be thankful for: safety, refuge, secure lot, pleasant boundary lines, a delightful inheritance, counsel, an inability to be shaken, among other things. Nowhere on that list is a nice house, a lush head of hair, and rippling muscles, a loving wife, an excess of cash, perhaps a new slingshot. No, instead, David is literally giddy, and rightfully so, over one thing: that from which all good things come, God. Sure, everyone, oops. Sure, everyone could have God if they wanted, but most people do not realize that they're missing out on. In the passage, David is demonstrating both his knowledge and his trust that God is all of these good things and more. Apart from you, I have no good thing. He trusts that for everything he asks, God will deliver in one form or another. Everything that David has, good or bad, is ultimately good, even if it is not readily apparent, if it stems from God. In a way, it is a blessing just to know where such blessings come from. David knows exactly who to thank. He knows exactly how to thank him. He knows what will happen to those who run after other gods. But he also knows to not lose hope. A week ago, I suffered an injury that has resulted in me spending my entire week lying on the floor, unable to stand for more than a minute at a time. I could not have asked for a better passage to reflect upon. While I'm disappointed that I was unable to enjoy some of the last nice weather of the year, or to continue on with my exercise routines, this passage reminds me of all I have to be thankful for. Moreover, although I cannot perceive it yet, I know something good has to come out of this, for I know God is with me at my right hand, and in him I place my trust. In the wake of the unfortunate global events that have defined the year 2020, and as I lay here, having suffered just this morning another severe back attack, for lack of a better term, I am nonetheless very blessed. Writhing in pain, unable to easily breathe, and fearful of how long this specific episode will last, I thought of David's words from this passage: God is with me. What a comforting thought. Now, this wouldn't be a proper Thanksgiving service reflection without an obligatory listing of all the things I'm thankful for. Unfortunately, as mentioned above, I cannot possibly know all of the good that God has done for me, as even things that I currently perceive as bad, for example, spending the entire week and probably at least all of next week on my back with the constant threat of another attack, may ultimately lead to good. So, without further ado, here's a list of some of the top blessings I have received this year from the Lord. So far, none of my friends or family have come down with a severe case of sickness or injury. I successfully defended my dissertation and graduated after 8 years of grad school. I was hired to a great job with the USDA. I'm able to work from home, which has many blessings in and of itself. That is, no commute, no packed lunches, no fancy clothes that I have to wear every day. I get to spend time with my family, including my young nephews. And I don't have to take sick leave during this period of lying on my back all day, every day. The final blessing that I will list is the most impactful, yet probably the most subtle, and it is simply my growth in Christ via my Bible study sessions and my reading of the Bible and other books. So I will wrap up by christening my new signature sign off. Credit to B. West. God's a good feller. Andrew J. Keller.